Well, then I guess you can't play because only Statistic can play.
All right, so our game picks up back on Asmeru. You have left the casino and are just back out in the same street you were when we started. Um, you notice now as you walk out, the bodies have been cleaned up. There are a few more Republic soldiers, and you can see that they're asking questions um, of the few locals that seem to appear. Walt, you getting the feeling that maybe it'd be best not to get involved, you quickly bring the others to someplace where you can duck out, and it doesn't take long before you're on a street where there's no one who will bother you.
Okay, can we find someplace where we have a lesser chance of being observed to plan out and discuss this job?
Sure. What
Like
do you
a
have in
hourly
mind?
rate hotel or something?
Okay. Do you want to ask locals or do you want to find a holonet?
I guess I'll just let my fingers do the walking and look it up in the yellow pages or whatever passes for that.
The holonet. Okay. So yeah, you find just kind of a local terminal. Go ahead and roll computer use.
Okay, so what are we rolling?
Just Walt.
Wow.
Very nice.
Okay,
You-
so I just
Snack
stand
on
there.
that for lunch.
You find the best hotel in the area. Not the best rated, but the best one as far as the locals are concerned, which is better, is better than the one the tourists find attractive. This one actually has a sort of coffee shop in the bottom, in the laboratory, or a calf shop, as it would be called in Star Wars. And in this calf shop, you can people describe it in the what did we decide the Star Wars Yelp was called? Anyone remember? The
Yipes.
Yipes. You found it in the Yipes. It's canon now. You find
It's from Last Man Standing.
You find it in the Yipes comment section that there's usually a pretty quiet atmosphere here, and people don't really tend to. They all tend to keep to themselves. So you get the feeling this would be a pretty private place.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Did I just read about it, or are we there now?
You read about it. If you'd like to go there, you can.
Okay. All right, I found us a place to go figure out what our next step is. Follow me. Can we just walk to it?
Sure. Just give me a Just give me an intelligence check to see how well you follow directions.
Oh, me?
No, Walt.
Oh, okay.
Guys, the dice are hot.
Nice. Yeah, it takes you 10 minutes to find your way. You even find a shortcut that gets you right there. You find the Primal Nebula Resort. So, as I said, this isn't the one that the tourists will all go to. So, with that being said, it's not as fancy from the outside. It's not exactly, it doesn't attract like the casino did or like you would expect from others. But it does have a quaint look to it. And It's a tiered skyscraper type of building, shorter than most in this section of the town, but nice, well kept. You walk in. And immediately as you go in, you can see a lobby section. You can see a stairs probably leading up to rooms, and right to the left you see the coffee shop.
Okay. So what? It's about 10 p.m. now.
Yeah.
I smell the coffee and breathe it in deeply.
I'm actually kind of thinking about getting a night's rest before trying to do this job. So I was thinking about renting a room and sleeping. Or, well, I suppose we could just go on and do it.
Out of character, how do you think my character's feeling from so far? Or is that based on me?
Tired.
It's a little late, but you did just get here from a starship, so you probably have a little bit of lag. I would say you guys are all probably still feeling okay. It's not the first time you've been up later at night, and it's probably not too bad for you.
So we're not quite on local time.
And he was just
Not
shot.
quite. I'm sorry?
He was just shot, though. Gakura.
Yes, but Nell took care of him. He's just missing about 5 hit points, so pretty much it's like he's a little bit more tired than the rest of you, but really he's feeling pretty good, despite being shot twice just recently.
Huh.
I just wondered if we're heading to bed, I might, if we're not heading to bed, I meant to say, if we're not, I might, he might go over and see, what the coffees are like.
Maybe you should earn some scratch of your own before you go buying a bunch of things.
He doesn't know that. He's smart in his own way, but yeah, most of the time, kind of need to give him a little direction.
Why don't you each tell me something you're gonna do, and then we'll go from there.
Okay, I'm gonna lead us over. Well, I'm gonna go over to a table that's kind of away from anybody else and relatively private. That has room to seat all of us, and kind of nod and suggest everybody follow me so we can lay out a plan.
Okay. The chair you find is actually another booth. You had to go there because it's the only place that'll fit Gak, and it's a rather large booth in the corner.
I sit in the booth in the corner, facing the door.
And I sit next to Derek and also watch the door.
What about you, gamer? What are you doing? Just
Okay,
smelling coffee?
Are we heading into a room or something?
The three of us has gone and sat at a table in the coffee shop.
I probably would sit by with you guys. I'm kind of staring at the coffee shop area. I'm kind of looking like I'm wanting to try a little taste of that coffee over there.
The calf does smell set heavenly being brewed over there. Even late at night, you do see that there is an employee over there, and he seems to be still maintaining things. It still seems to be open.
Me and my character are thinking about this.
Can I get his attention from here without getting up? Just shout over to him.
Oh yeah, the room's not very big. It's any typical coffee shop. Think Starbucks size.
Okay, I'm gonna shout over to him. Hey pal, can we get a pot of medium roast?
He turns and looks at you, and you hear what could be best described as Hutties come over. Just a little.
I speak Hutties.
Okay. For you, he says, medium roast? Yeah, I can get you one. Do you want any special orders or something?
What does he sound like?
I am a full-fledged barista, is what he tells you, John. And
No, you'll have to ask these if they want any frou-frou dessert coffees.
I'm just curious. Hutties, as in the like Jabba the Hutt, you know.
That's what Jabba the Hutt
He's-
says.
yeah.
You can see now that he turns around, you can see that he's clearly a Rhodian. And what's coming, it sounds like Greedo is a very similar branch of Hutties.
So I'm trying to get this in a mental picture. So he would sound like Jabba the Hutt, basically, or would he sound like that little guy, something like that?
Something like that.
They speak in the same language that Jabba the Hutt speaks.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's their language. They're the one that patented it and sold it. But besides basic, it's one of the more widespread languages out there. Besides, I think Twi'lek, but that's because of Twi'leks.
Hutties is the language of the Rim.
Yeah.
Would I recognize her or not really?
Do you have it in your languages?
Okay, there we go. No.
Then you just know it's a bunch of gibberish.
Yep, I just kind of stare on, just wondering what the heck he's saying.
And he brings y'all a nice, fresh pot. It's literally the one he had just got done brewing.
Oh, wow.
And everybody else here is just a little bit more Hutties. And John, you hear, can I get you anything else?
Not just now, thank you.
And he nods to each one of you, and John, he lets you know that if y'all need anything, he's right over there. And he heads back over to his little fountain area and starts practicing more and more on some of the more flowery stuff he can do.
I smile thankfully.
I kind of look on, I see a picture of like what kind of copies are they selling? Do they have, would it be more human-like? I'm trying to figure out, because there could be a lot of alien foods, and I don't know. I'm trying to relate.
You see what is essentially the equivalent of a full Starbucks menu, only 3 times bigger, because he's a specialized barista.
And there's probably also some alien-looking stuff like green and purple-looking coffee, and there's pastries and stuff that have names and planets and races attached to it. Some of them you've heard, some of them you haven't. It's a different experience.
I've lived in the jungle, so I don't think I've heard of any of these. So I think I might look at the pictures and see like a caramel mocha, maybe like a decaf mocha. I kind of look at it. I kind of start maybe drooling a little bit. I'm kind of considering whether I want to spend money or not.
There is a cupcake called the Yavin Experience.
What's
You
that?
do recognize.
Sorry.
There's a cup. You do recognize that there is in the pastry section one cupcake called the Yavin Experience.
Oh wow. Now he's looking at it and he recognizes that. Kind of thinks it over. He's not really good with money, obviously, but like how much is it technically?
You have no idea. You have to give it to Walt to read that.
Oh.
You don't know it. You have no idea what numbers do.
Okay. That Yavin, wow. I recognize that name. Man, they have a cupcake in its honor. I think I might go and try it. So he probably goes over to the desk I think he might try to call the waiter. I'm not sure.
The waiter turns around and responds in Huttese for a second.
Hey, can I have that little thingy over there? What's that?
Are you pointing exactly at what you want?
Yeah, I'm kind of pointing over to that little cupcake thingy, whatever it is. Is it a cupcake? I'm trying to think.
Yeah,
'Cause he
it's
doesn't-
similar. The closest thing we would describe it to is cupcake.
All right, so he points to he doesn't know what it is, so he's pointing to it, and it's obviously the Yavin Experience one.
He rambles on a little bit in Huttese. John, you probably hear him saying about, the oven experience is a really great cupcake. I wish you could understand exactly what I'm saying, but I'll get you one. And he gets you one gak and puts it down and puts a little note there written in basic and pretty much says, I'll add it to your tab.
He doesn't really know that, so he just tries to bite. What are my taste buds experiencing right now?
It's exactly the opposite of the experience of Yavin you've had. Where Yavin is a harsh environment which requires a lot of struggle. This is a sweet, just decadent little piece of probably what we would call chocolate with like a raspberry filling inside. It's very pretty.
Oh wow.
And it's very rich and just delicious, and the exact opposite of Yavin in every way.
I start to kind of think over, and well, it isn't in the cult out of character. Isn't in their culture, don't they consider him as like a loving don't they like love him supposedly or whatever, so they're happy to do whatever he wishes, good or bad? Because I'm trying to, if that's the case, then what I'm kind of going backwards, but now it's kind of too late as to why he would want the cupcake if that's really the case.
I mean, I would think you'd want the cupcake just because it's called Yavin Experience, and you know what that is.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, you're right.
So, as you all dive into the calf, into your treats, Walt begins the conversation.
Alright, here's the job as I understand it. A rival gang's trying to smuggle illicit weapons off the planet, and we're being paid to stop the shipment and destroy the weapons. And there's a bonus in it if we make it look like an accident. Now, this is the layout of the facility where the weapons are supposedly being kept. I'm told that security and guards are relatively light, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem. But that's all the details that I have.
I nod slowly. Well, how do you know it's rebels? How do you know it's not law enforcement or something like that?
I think you misunderstood me. I said a rival gang, not a rebel gang.
Oh.
Maybe I just wasn't speaking clearly, or maybe my microphone's not as good as it could be.
Do we know if they're going to be using these weapons?
Well, I don't imagine they would be. These weapons that we're being paid to destroy are merchandise, so they're probably not going to be helping themselves to them.
So he said it's lightly guarded, right? Why would they lightly guard such an expensive shipment?
Maybe they don't expect anybody to find out about it. Maybe sometimes when you put a heavy guard on something, it does more to attract attention to its significance.
I nod again. Well, maybe it's not weapons. Maybe we should check before we blow it all up. Maybe something more important than that.
I look across the table and I say, "What makes you suspect that?"
I shrug. I don't know. I just don't like just going in and blowing it up. It doesn't make any sense.
I think Mr. Khusro's motivation here is to prevent these weapons. They're illicit weapons. They're dangerous. They've got capabilities that are outside what's considered normally legal, and they're being purchased by a rival gang of his, and he doesn't want them to have them. Now, for some reason or another, he's decided that it's worth it to him to have it look like an accident, I guess, maybe so that he can deflect attention from himself as the cause of it. It makes sense to me.
Question. Can't we just take the weapons and use them for ourselves? You know, just a thought.
Well, we could do that, but we might forego payment if we did, because that's not the job, to steal the weapons. The job is to destroy them.
Oh, okay, just wondered.
And if we did that, then they could get into the wrong hands, and it wouldn't be very good. But what I'm saying is, maybe we should check to make sure what we're blowing up is in fact weapons and not something else.
Well, I kind of thought that went without saying. I mean, we want to make sure that what we're destroying is the actual target that we're destroying. We're not going to just go in there and blow up some random crates. That costs extra.
I nod slowly.
So here's the layout as I see it. Unfortunately, I only see one entrance and exit, and it's this large cargo bay door here. Does anybody have any ideas? Any special talents or abilities that we can use?
I could try to sneak in.
Do you think maybe you could go in advance of us and recon the place and maybe report back any guards or patrols or their patterns that you observe?
Should be able to.
Hey, wake up.
Out of character, Koya, I don't know what your talents are. What does your character do?
Well, one of its talents is sneak attack. That's the only talent I see. And a special quality is low light vision. Might be helpful.
Okay, so you can see in the dark and you sneak attack. Is that a talent?
Indeed.
Okay, so that's like you do bonus damage or a bonus to attack rolls or something if it's a sneak attack?
Think so. I'll have to look it up again.
Guys, do you know what that is? Something like that?
Yeah, it's extra damage if she gets something flat-footed.
Oh, I see. Okay. Extra damage on a flat-footed attack. All right.
Yeah, that's the special stuff that Alon likes to use.
Okay, and Gak, you hit things.
Huh? What's that? Sorry.
My character is good at a lot of things. I'm good at. Let's see. My skills are. I'm still out of character here. I mean, we've known each other for a couple weeks or a couple months, so you guys will. You need to know this stuff to be able to role play. But I'm trained in gathering information, bureaucracy, galactic lore, social sciences, perception, persuasion, piloting, and using computers.
Oh, I see. Well, I do know, I do have some skills in survival. I've survived out in the jungle for who knows how long. Maybe a few months. Also, I've struggled with the issues of slavery, as you well know. You guys helped me and freed me. You don't really know this, but secretly I am force sensitive, but that, of course, is going to come out later on.
Okay, well, I mean, we can't. I mean, if we don't know that about you, then we can't really. I mean, we have to roleplay as though we don't know it. I also can speak several languages, including Huttese, but I'm not much of a fighter. So, and I'm rich. I'm very, very rich, and I'm good at making money.
Alright.
So that's what my guy is about. So let me think.
I'm trained in stealth, and I have improved stealth as a talent.
Okay.
My skills are acrobatics, deception, initiative, technology knowledge, perception, persuasion, and stealth.
Okay, so could she maybe use acrobatics to like climb in a high window and get in that way or something, if there is one?
I'm trained in climb.
There's an actual stat called climb.
Okay.
Acrobatics has more to do with like doing several things at once, because I was going to say jumping, but there's a jumping skill too. So it's more like she wanted to jump and attack and do this or that, or she wanted to do some kind of, acrobatic move. That's more for that.
Okay.
I think I'm more like run in there and just beat him up the best I can.
Since you know about technology, maybe you might be able to identify what these weapons are or something.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
Okay, what about this? We send Derek in advance to reconnoiter the place to find out how many guards they have, what kind of security cameras or sensor nets or anything that's there that we need to evade or bypass, and then I can maybe shut all that stuff off with my used computer skills, and then I don't know, maybe Derek could like stealthily enter and maybe take one or two guys down from behind while we hit them from the front on a main assault force or something like that. What do you guys think of that plan?
Sounds good to me.
What about the rest of you? I'm not going to arbitrarily just decide what we do. I want to get your guys's... That was role-playing. I'm sorry. I don't want to arbitrarily decide for everybody what we do. I want to get your input and your opinion.
I nod. Well, I honestly can't think of anything else. I haven't even seen where this place is.
Well, I got a map of the layout from Everin, and I put my data pad on the table and I say you can study it if you want to. But this is the place.
I lean over and study the map.
Blappa, you can ask that in character.
Yep, you don't have to ask him out of character. You can turn your head and look over at him.
Well, my character is studying the map, and
Okay, why don't you
I
roll
already asked.
perception?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw you ask me something. What does he think about what? Oh,
This plan that we're discussing.
Oh, okay.
So as you're studying the map, it kind of occurs to you that Gak hasn't really spoken very much. And as you turn to kind of see, you notice he's already back up at the counter and he's ordered a few more things that he's thoroughly enjoying at the counter.
Gak,
I
we're
roll my
kind of on
eyes
a job
inside.
here.
And
Sipping
I
on
stand
the
up.
coffee.
What? No. Yeah. That.
Walks over, a little embarrassed.
You have to do it in character, John, or it doesn't count.
That's why I did it there, because I'm not really doing it.
Okay, just checking.
Derek, do you have your own data pad stat?
I thought everyone had them.
No, that's gear you have to buy.
Oh, my bad. Never mind.
Okay. Can I give you my data pad? You could take it with you on your recon mission and maybe just indicate on the map of the facility where guards are positioned and where security cameras are stationed and things like that, so that we can study it and refine our plan.
Yeah.
I sit by next to you guys.
Ooh. Hey, does everybody have a comm link?
I do.
I do not.
Let me double check that, but I do believe I do. Yep, I do. Long range comlink.
Moneybags might need to take you guys shopping for gear.
All right. Well, Derek, do you have everything you need? Do you need any more gear for your recon mission?
Do I need a stealth belt to do stealth better?
I mean, absolutely. Stealth belt would help you.
I am not
But it's
buying
not
you a stealth
required.
belt. I'm not buying you a stealth belt.
They are rather expensive.
So you can just forget that mess right now.
Well, that's all I can think of.
I have money, but I don't have that much money.
But it's only $5,000.
Sounds like you'll be investing into that wealth talent eventually.
All right. You guys got a plan down?
I think so. Yeah, you don't need a stealth belt to use the stealth skill. I mean, you don't need to walk right up to the facility. You can just observe it from a street corner across the way or whatever, or nonchalantly kind of walk up and down the street once or twice and just make notes on your data pad.
Okay.
I mean, you don't need to infiltrate the place. Just do a recon of the thing. Make some observations.
Okay.
In fact, avoiding a fight would be better. Just make some observations and then call us when you got it, and we'll let you know where to find us.
All right.
So, do you have a weapon and some ammo?
I do.
And you've got a comm link, so that's good enough for now. And then I look at Koya and Gak and I say, "You two, how are you equipped?"
Well, I got my sword.
That draws it a little bit. You see a pretty thick blade from behind him.
Are you still wearing that tarp, by the way?
Trying to remember, actually. He might be. I don't know.
You never said you took it off, so you were still wearing it.
Oh.
Correct.
Oops. Yeah, he throws it back a little bit and just draws the sword just enough for you to see a little bit of it.
Okay, so we'll need to at least get you a short-range comm link. What about you, Koya? Do you have a short-range comm link?
I do not.
Okay, we'll get you one too. What about, you've got a blaster? Do you have plenty of ammo for it?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, just look on your... Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say, before we started, she forgot to buy equipment, so technically speaking, she has nothing except credits.
Okay. Well, I'll buy you I'll buy you a short-range comm link, but you're on your own for weapons. So, what is all that? Who was just making all that noise?
Oh, that's him slurping the coffee.
Oh, I didn't recognize it as slurping. It just sounded like noise. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So I guess we've got our plan. Is everybody in agreement? Derek is going to go do his recon mission. The rest of us are going to go to the store, then find some place to meet up near the facility.
Are we talking out of context or in character?
No, we're talking. I'm talking in character right now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, couldn't tell.
Here's a clue. If I'm using your character names, I'm probably role playing. If I'm using if I'm saying Blappy and Statistic, I'm probably talking out of character.
Yeah, understandably. Alrighty. You see, I'm kind of have my mouth full. I'm finishing up that last delicious bite of that cupcake of those. Actually, I'm trying to think it out. I might have gotten 2 cupcakes now.
2 more cupcakes or 2 total cupcakes? Have you gotten 3 or just 2?
3 in total, I guess. And I also got that mocha.
Okay.
Mocha.
Okay.
Decaf mocha.
Ugh.
In that case, you hear a cough from the Rodian as he's standing there at the edge of the table. He speaks a few Huddy's words, and John, you hear him say, I took the liberty of totaling up your tab for tonight.
Is it itemized?
Yes, completely itemized.
I'll take that.
He hands it to you. That'll be 110 credits.
Okay, how much was the pot of coffee I ordered?
15.
Gak, you owe me 95 credits.
Checks his pockets. Blushes a little bit and then pulls out a few. This is all I have. Shows you like 800 credits.
I'll pay for it this time, but you better stop this mess.
Okay, sorry.
Or be prepared to pay your own way. I'm not your rich uncle Moneybags.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
Blushes
so
a little bit.
actually, you know what?
And sits back down.
I didn't pay for the beers. Hang on a second.
I lost my, hold on. Now I'm trying to find my credits.
That's what was wrong. I had numlock turned off. Okay. So 110, you said?
Yes.
Okay, I've paid the bill. Plus.
I can't find my credits thing here.
I'm going cheap on the tip. I'm giving him a $10 tip.
Beneath all the skills.
Yeah, he nods
okay.
at you, thankfully, and says, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." And then he hands you a card for a free latte.
All right, unless there's anything else anyone wants to do, I think we're going to end that for tonight. Or today.
How do I change my, money amount? Okay, so I owe him 95.
No, I told you I'm paying for you this time, but not to do
Oh,
it again.
I forgot. Okay.
But the way you do it is just there's a box there that says available underneath credits. Do you see that?
Yeah, I see it. Available.
You just subtract whatever amount you're paying from that and then put that in there.
Yeah.
All right. In that case, thank you for joining us here live. Those who decided to attend on TeamSpeak, hope you guys had fun enjoying our little adventure into Starbucks. And I hope you players have had a good time. It was quite enjoyable for today. Let's see what we can't do about next time. Thank you for joining us in on YouTube. Y'all have a good night and God bless.
God bless, and may the force be with you.